Hello, I'm Mobile God, also known as SaltyChocobo on League of Legends EUW server. The video you're about to watch was created for my Swain guide to help you lane a Swain. The rune pages and masteries I'm using are on my guide, so feel free to click it if you just randomly found this video. This game I'm matched against a LeBlanc. It's a relatively favorable matchup, but it can still be tricky. As Swain, early game you want the lane to be pushing towards you, because he is an easy champion to gank, so this makes your lane phase a bit safer. As you can see, I'm always positioning against LeBlanc with minions in between me and her. I do this because if she wants to use distortion towards me, she will have to draw minion aggro and push the lane. I'm also not trying to harass her yet, because she has a really powerful level 1 and she might be able to outtrade me with a good distortion. However, when I find my chance, which is at this moment, I use Torment and I start moving towards the distortion because she will either walk back there or she will have to pass by me anyway, which means I can proc the full combo. I end up popping an health pot because she has a really strong level 2 as well, and I don't really want her to have an edge and get an ignite on me and even a kill. I really don't want to die before level 6 against LeBlanc because it will give her an edge, and post 6 I mostly should not be dying anyway. So as you can see, I'm playing it really safe, and so is she, because she's not sure how well she can trade, since at level 1 our trade was even. She's always getting levels before me because she has a wave pushing towards me, which means I need to play a little more defensive in between levels, since she will always have 1 point of advantage. Now we're doing another trade where I immediately pop Torment and Decrepify and then an auto attack for Thunderlord's Decree. I clearly won that trade and she had to pop a pot of her own. With Swain, you can switch in between passive moments and aggressive ones, so people can be caught off guard with Never Move. Sometimes people relax because you're not really playing aggressively. In this moment, I try to catch her with Never Move and she comes back. I try to harass and I managed to get a really good E on her, forcing her to pop another health pot. Now I'm only focusing on last hitting because my mana was sort of short and I wanted to recover it. In this moment she tries to come for me and I pop Decrepify and Torment and she takes a tower shot. I try to Never Move but miss and she ignites. However, I still have an ignite and an auto attack and kill her. Dangerous game and leveling up saved me from dying myself. I could have died and it wouldn't be a problem because we would be still pretty even in gold. Now I'm just getting some extra gold to buy my Catalyst the Protector against LeBlanc, and I'm recalling really far behind because I know they have an Italy and she might hit a jab on me and get a free kill for no reason. Another good thing to do with Swain once you have Catalyst the Protector is to not be afraid to abuse your abilities a bit once you're close to leveling up. This is because as soon as you level up, Catalyst will heal you for a really nice amount of health and mana, so you should use this to your advantage and not be afraid to spend a little bit more mana or expose yourself a little bit more. Now I can start playing a little bit more aggressively against her, but first there is a Vi gank that really doesn't hit because she misses the prediction on distortion. But I still get the chance to hit Never Move and then Torment and Decrepify for a really big chunk of her health. I don't have the vision of LeBlanc here, so I'm really not sure if she left or not. That's why I'm not pushing the wave. Otherwise, it would be a really good idea to just shove the wave and deny her experience. When I realized LeBlanc isn't coming, it's kinda late to shove the wave because I would only get it pushing and it wouldn't reset. LeBlanc returns to the lane and I start trying to be aggressive on her and maybe catching her off guard. However, she's a really slippery champion anyway. My wave is pushing towards her and I try to force trade us, getting one or another harass combo on her, but since I have no vision on the river, I don't really commit to it. Now this moment I make a really fatal mistake. I see that Nidalee is top lane and I assume she's going to commit to a gank, so I start immediately thinking I can play more aggressive on LeBlanc. And I really go on her really hard, but unfortunately Nidalee comes and when she does, I get snared by LeBlanc and immediately killed. But you can see that I was really close to killing the LeBlanc as well. If Nidalee hadn't come there, she couldn't have committed like she did. Anyway, LeBlanc ends up getting killed by Vi because she makes a mistake. She shoves the lane without any mana. So, knowing that my lane opponent is dead, what I immediately do is go into lane and shove it as hard as I can. Now I can roam bot lane and I ping them, but my Tristana still dies, so I get a free kill on Draven. I ignited Draven because I don't know if he has heal and flash or not. I've taken a free kill, I immediately return to my lane. LeBlanc did exactly what I just did 1 minute ago. She shoves the lane and she tries to roam, but Vi cuts her short. Besides, I had pinged her location because we knew she was going top lane. I'm here and I try to force another trade on LeBlanc, but she already knows that she can trade with me, and so she distorts away. But as you can see, even with only a Catalyst the Protector, I eat my Torment and Decrepify and a few auto attacks and Ravenous Flock procs, and she takes massive damage. Once again, LeBlanc recalled with FHP, but I already knew the kind of player she was from the last time she did this, so I just shoved the lane and recalled myself. As you can see, I didn't get a blasting one immediately after the Catalyst the Protector. Instead I got a Negatron Cloak. This is because I have two really high burst AP champions in the game. LeBlanc already can't trade with me, so what I'm doing is basically trying to make sure not only that I don't die against her, but in case I get ganked I have a chance to not die against both of them combined. This is something that you always need to do with Swain. You need to build accordingly to the matchup. At this point we're starting to enter mid-game. It is a good idea to take the enemy mid lane tower because your Swain should already be strong enough to enter some skirmishes or team fights. Taking the tower also ensures a bigger map dominance for your team. You should start considering what kind of plays you can make with your own team to help you advance and gain more gold advantage in the game. Tanky towers, dragon buff and baron buff will help do that. Well, I hope that this video helped you get a better idea on how to lane with Swain. For more information, I suggest that you consult my guide. Thanks for watching.